Hello everyone, I'm Captain Logan, and I want to say happy holidays from Geekvolution. It's time for the end of the year update. Can you believe? I cannot get my mind around this, that we are already at the end of 2013, and I wanted to give everybody an update about what we're doing for the end of the year and moving on into Geekvolution 2014. We've got a lot of really cool things lined up for you that I think you're really going to like, and I am very stoked about what's going on for the new year. I wanted to go ahead and do this outside of Comment of the Week so that everybody would take a look, because some of this stuff is pretty important and I want to make sure that everybody gets a look at it. So I'll do a Comment of the Week a little bit later in the week. Right now, let's go ahead and get into this, starting with the annual Geeks Not Nerds Awards. This is the, I think, 4th annual Geeks Not Nerds Awards. We've done this several times already, and if you're new and you don't know what this is organized by King 191912. He put this together for us a few years back, and this is how we gauge what the Geekvolution community thinks is the best of the best, the cream of the crop for 2013 in pop culture. So all of the varying medias, we look at video games, we look at movies, comic books, and television. And so I'm going to give you a rundown right now of the categories and how you can participate. So we take nominations. We don't put up our own list of things. We let everybody nominate whatever they want to, and King this year is doing this with a point value system, so the order does matter. What you want to do for each of these things, most of them, you can write down 3 things, and you'll put in 3 nominations, your favorite, second favorite, third favorite, and then he's going to assign all of those things point values, and then that's how he's going to determine what the top spots are across the board for the Geekvolution community. So, the rules are, send your nominations, your list of things, to either King 191912 or myself. Now, I won't actually be looking at the results, but I will forward all those things on to King, and then he's going to be organizing all this. So, if you send it to him directly, he's the one that's going to be getting these anyway, but I'll also take them and then forward them on to King. And then, like I said, let me go ahead and take you down the categories. Oh, before I say that, let me mention we're going to be doing this over the course of the next 2 weeks. So you need to get your lists in by December 31st, by New Year's Eve. And then Vince and I will be doing a live show, as we always do, sometime in January, where we'll do a fun night with everybody that wants to join us. A couple hours of us goofing off, messing around, doing fun things, and delivering the results that we will not have seen until then. We'll be, as we always do, opening up envelopes and being just as surprised as you folks as we discover what Geekvolution thought was the greatest of the greatest in 2013. Here are the categories. First of all, for video games, you're going to write down your top 3 best handheld games. Now, let me mention that not everybody plays video games, not everybody reads comic books, and not everybody plays handheld games versus playing console games. So, don't feel the need to write things in every single category. Now, if you do pick a category, try to come up with 3 if you can. But don't feel like you can't participate if you only want to fill out stuff for movies, or you only want to fill out stuff for television, etc., because every little bit helps. The more information we can get from the community, the more accurate this is, and the better of a sense that we'll get of what our viewers liked the most from 2013. So anyway, it starts with handheld games, top 3 of those, and then he goes for 5 for the next 2 categories, because there were a lot of video games this year. So top 5 HD games. That basically means everything on a console or PC that wasn't Wii. So top 5 HD games, and then top 5 overall games of the year, including everything. And that's naturally going to have some crossover, but that's how he's doing those categories. Then we go into comic books. Best writer, once again, write down 3. Best artist, best new series, best ongoing series, and overall, across the board, best series. Remember that you don't have to just choose from Marvel or DC. This is including all of comicdom. Make sure that if you're reading independents and you really like some stuff, they get some love too. Then we go on to television. Best animated show, best live action show, best Netflix original series, and overall best television show. I really love, by the way, that he put Netflix in there, because that's been a really big thing this year, and I can't wait to see how that turns out. That's great. Then we go into films. Best animated film. Remember, write down 3, and make sure that you put your favorite on the top, and then second and third. Best animated film, best live action, non-superhero film. This being Geekvolution, we have such a superhero emphasis on this channel. We like to make that its own category. Best superhero film, best actor, best actress, and film of the year. I've actually been keeping up with a lot of movies this year since we started finally doing weekly or mostly weekly movie reviews, and so I can't wait to see how this turns out, because I actually know a lot of the movies this year. Yay! Okay, the next thing I wanted to mention, so anyway, I get those things in as soon as humanly possible, and like I said, you've got 2 weeks on that, and we'd love to hear from as many people as we can, so your votes count and matter, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see how that works out. The next thing I want to mention, just a couple of announcements of recent things going on before I jump into stuff for the new year. I just did a guest spot on the Gaming Wildlife Foundation. This is run by my good friend Ian Weaver. If you don't know what it is, they do a lot of superhero parody, a lot of making fun of the superhero community at large. Or I'm sorry, video game parody. They make fun of the I got superheroes in the brain as always. They make fun of the video game community at large, and they just did an episode about comic book games, and they had me on again as the expert, which was a whole lot of fun. So especially if you really like the Sonic Gamer episode, or if you have no idea what they are, go check them out. The writing's funny, it's witty, and I had a great time being involved in that. And if you want to see Captain Logan as over the top and ridiculous as you get, go watch me there on Gaming Wildlife. And then I wanted to put in a quick plug for a new web series called Super Academy. This was brought to my attention by Blue Dragon 5. This is a new independent series that is not related to any other licensed superhero things. This is not a fan film. This is a brand new thing. Set in a world where superheroes are a valid lifestyle choice and a valid career choice, and people go to school in order to learn how to be superheroes. And so this is about a kid who turns out to be the son of a supervillain, and nobody knows it. And he goes to the school, and he's very socially awkward, and he's trying to figure out how he's going to be a superhero. And the production values are pretty good. Film quality looks great. Acting's not bad. And I wanted to put in a quick plug for them, because I'm looking forward to seeing more from them, and they're, of course, trying to raise some money right now to make more episodes. So I'll put in a link in the description if you want to take a look at them and see if you like them. They have a 20-minute episode up right now, so you can get a really good sense of what they're doing. You can kind of see their pilot there. And they're doing a money-raising campaign right now that I think has a week left. So if you like what you see and you want to donate a little bit of cash, the description, the link will be in the description for how you could do that. And then what else? Okay, so let's jump into end of this year, going into next year. Obviously, the big bazillion-dollar question right now is, Captain Logan, when are you going to finish Spawn Year so that you can bring back all the shows that we really care about? I'm kidding. I want to thank everybody for their support for Spawn Year, and for bearing with us as we try to get finished with it. As I've said before, there's lots of reasons that we didn't manage... Whoops. There are lots of reasons that we didn't manage to get this done by the end of the year, and a lot of it is ambition. It got bigger and bigger as we went along, like these sorts of things sometimes do, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that I got together with my good buddy now, Jeremy Pierce, who's been doing all the costume work for us and stuff. And once our production values went up, there were a lot more things I could do with it. But a lot of those things became also a lot more time-consuming. For instance, I can't shoot that show by myself anymore. It always requires at least one other person, and so coordinating that is not always easy. And I decided that it would be better to take my time a little bit with it and let it go over time than to rush it out and not get the finale that we wanted. We've got some really cool things planned for the finale. We've been working on that. We've been choreographing things. I don't want to tell you too much, but I'm really excited about how this is coming together, and I think it's going to be worth the wait for folks. So anyway, thanks for everybody for being patient, both the folks that have been watching Spawn Year and the folks that haven't, that aren't into that but like other things that we do. I want to thank everybody for being so supportive, but everybody's been really patient with us, and I really appreciate that. So the big question is, when is that going to finish, and what are we doing afterwards? So Spawn Year right now, I'm projecting will be done at least by the end of February. If we can do it before that, that'd be fantastic. But at least by the end of February. So what's going on up to then? After that, like I said, we're doing the Geeks Not Nerds Awards. That's going to happen in January. We're also going to do the top 10 favorite single issues of the year. That's something that Manos and Eric started, that we've continued to do over the last few years. Last year it was myself and Manos and Dan Torrey, and I think it's likely to be that team again. So we will definitely bring that to you, probably also as a live show, starting in January. Who Reviews the Reviewers, Season 4, coming back as soon as I finish Spawn Year. I'm not going to initiate that until the finale of Spawn Year has been posted, so that will probably not start until about March. Next year, I'm going to be working on a couple of other very large projects. I'm going to be going back to the comic book movie trivia book that I started a couple of years ago that I have not touched in a year because I've been working on Spawn Year. I don't know anything about publication dates, anything like that, but my goal right now is to get that finished by the end of next year. So it will include all of the superhero movies up through this next year, and or at least all the comic book movies. What I'm doing with this, if you haven't heard about this, by the way, is this is a comprehensive trivia book about movies based on comic books, and it's going to cover a huge gauntlet of comic book movies. It's not going to cover things that are superhero but not based on comics, so there will be movies that are comic book movies that don't have anything to do with superheroes. Sin City is in there, things like A History of Violence is in there. Basically, if it was based on a comic book and it was a major motion picture, it's probably in the book, with only a few exceptions here and there of things that are maybe just not important enough or thought about enough that anybody would care about trivia questions from them. But I have a list of everything, and we're also talking live action. I have a list of everything, and I've been writing down trivia questions for really obscure, remote things, and some of those things might make the book, and some of them might not. But anyway, I am hoping to find a publisher for this. I've talked to a couple of smaller houses here and there. I've talked to a digital publisher. There are a couple people that might be interested in it. I'm going to also talk to some bigger publishers. I haven't done this yet, and see if it might be a viable thing to actually get in brick-and-mortar stores and stuff like that. So I have no idea when that's going to happen. It would not be a difficult thing for me to self-publish on my own, but I'm kind of hoping to go with a traditional publisher. So that might not actually come out until 2015, but I'm hoping no later than that. Anyway, I will be working on that all next year, and I'll probably bring that up from time to time just to keep people's interest up in it, because I think it's going to be really fun, and I will occasionally in different videos to show you some of the questions I've written and what I'm working on with that. Vince and I are making a movie next year. Nobody freak out. This is not Geekvolution the movie. This is not which I think a lot of people last year when I announced Spawn Year were really hoping we were doing. They were hoping we were doing like a big fictitious Captain Logan and Vince romp thing. But what we're doing this coming summer is Vince and I are going to be taking a long road trip, a 5-6 day road trip, and we're going to be visiting, assuming that stores will have us, we're going to be visiting comic book stores all across the Midwest, and we're going to be doing a documentary about the life and times of comic book store owners in the present climate of the industry. And so we're really stoked about this. This is Vince's brainchild. This is an idea that he had, and that he and I have been talking about and working out for the last couple of years now, that we've not really felt prepared to talk about much. much, but now it's definitely happening. I'm starting to pull together a budget for this. I'm figuring out travel expenses. I'm figuring out where we're gonna go, what the map is gonna be, and we're basically going to make a big circle starting from Kansas City. We're going to go into Minnesota. We're going, again, assuming that we can get comic book stores to talk to us. We're going to start here. We're going to go to Minnesota. We're going to go to Chicago. We're going to go to St. Louis. So anyway, I am stoked for this. I hope other people will think that this is a neat idea. I've always wanted to make a documentary, and so we're going to do a documentary about comic book stores and comic book store owners. That's the other big project for 2014. And then as far as regular stuff goes, planning on going back to at least semi-monthly rewinds, if not weekly rewinds. I'll be doing a lot more scripted reviews. I'll have time with not doing Spawn Year. When I'm not sitting around constantly having to write entries in a notebook, I'll have more time to do Superhero Rewind, and so I'll be doing Superhero Rewind alternating with Rewind United, because I still have a lot of requested rewinds that I've never gotten to. Some of them are 2 years old now. I've got to get to those. Speaking of things that are old, I want to start doing daily vaults again. That was what I replaced. I replaced Daily Vaults with Spawn Year this year, so I'll be going back to those, and or at least 5-6 days of vaults, because we have a ton of stuff people have sent us in the mail that I've never reviewed. I've got 5 volumes of Y the Last Man to review. I have 70 issues of Powerpuff Girls to review. I have the Walt Simonson Thor tome to finish. I've had this in my possession for over a year. This is somebody else's. I have to send back to them. Just so you know, though, a new entry about this will be up this week that Dan and I are going to be doing, because we're on hiatus now from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a little bit, and so Dan and I are going to feverishly try to get through as much Simonson Thor as we possibly can. Tons of other stuff. I've got boxes upon boxes built up from the P.O. box, and so next year I'm going to be working to getting through all those boxes and make sure that everything people have sent that they want reviewed get reviewed. It's been a while since I've posted a regular vault outside of the live show, so let me go ahead and throw out the P.O. box right now in case anybody wants to send us anything to be reviewed next year, because I will be doing that, and I'll be doing mostly stuff that's sent to us. And like I said, I have plenty of material, but I've been kind of holding back on bringing up the P.O. box much lately, because I knew it was going to be a while before I got to that stuff. But if there's anything that you've been kind of anchoring to send us, that you've been waiting for me to say, I'm finally going to get to this stuff, now's the time. So anyway, our P.O. box, in case there's anything that you're dying for us to review, either me on the vault or Vince on the vault, it's Geekvolution, P.O. Box 14183, Lenexa, Kansas 66285. Other things, people have asked if the old live show is coming back. Are we going to go back and do Geekvolution tonight again, or is the new live show that we do for new comic reviews replacing it? No, we do want to bring back Geekvolution tonight. We want to bring that back again as a twice-a-month show, and right now, like I said, I put a few things on hiatus while I'm working on other stuff, but Tim and I are going to come back and start doing that as soon as Spawn Year's over, and what we really want to do is bring that back as the fully produced show it used to be, and not just with the silly signs, although I don't think the silly signs are going away, because I love silly signs, and frankly, I think all of our videos should have silly signs in them. But anyway, we're gonna try to bring that show back. We're hoping to we're hoping to do a live video producer thing again, so that we can bring back in the inner titles and all the music, and you know, segment it up and make it look as professional as you can, a live show, and make it feel more like a late night show like it used to. That's the goal right now. We're looking into different ways to do that, and I think Tim's got it pretty well figured out now. So anyway, look forward to that coming back. It's going to be a little while, but once it does come back, I think it's going to look really good again. At least that's my hope. What else? People ask about commentaries all the time. Because I've been busy both with Spawn Year, with channel channel stuff, and just my you know, regular family life. It's Christmas time, by the way, which is the reason I haven't been getting a lot of videos up, at least a lot of videos for us. Because I've just, you know, lots of Christmas shopping, stuff with my kid, that sort of thing. This is a busy time of year, and I knew it was going to be like this. But anyway, so I've been having a hard time coordinating a lot of schedules with people for commentaries. People are asking, when are you doing Avengers? When are you doing Dark Knight? When are you doing Dark Knight Rises? When are you doing Man of Steel? I can say that the Man of Steel commentary will probably come sooner rather than later. I know Oliver wanted to do that shortly after it came out, and I finally just got a copy, so I'm thinking probably January. That is very likely to happen, but we're hoping to do a lot more commentaries. Eric and I are wanting to go back and do another commentary on the Power Rangers movie, because the old one we did got dropped from his old channel. He's really, for whatever reason, wanting to do one on Ghostbusters 2, so I guess that's probably going to happen. We're talking about doing one on RoboCop before the remake comes out. By the way, I will be doing a rewind on RoboCop before that movie comes out, because people have been begging for that for years, and I promised a long time ago, okay, fine, I'll count that as a superhero movie and do it. So anyway, that's going on. So I do want to do more commentaries next year, and I don't know if we'll get them back to doing them every week, just because we do so much more content now than we did when we started those. I mean, now that we've got regular podcasts for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and for Arrow next year, when Flash starts, we'll have another one for that. It's you know, it's harder to do everything we used to, just because we have so many shows that we like to produce, and I think what's going to start happening, because of course I don't want to get like crazy stretched out to the point where, yeah, we're putting all these things out, but they're not any good because Captain Logan only gets 3.5 hours of sleep every night. What I want to do is have some of our shows be kind of seasonal things. So you'll see more commentaries and things like that on off seasons when we don't have as many shows to do for these superhero shows. Because and I just want to level with folks. When we started doing Arrow discussions, I was watching that one time and discussing it with Eric, and then we would get inundated with comments where they'd be like, here's this thing you missed, here's this thing you missed, and I realized that I picked up on a whole lot more naturally if I watched these things twice, and just sat down, comfortably enjoyed the show without even thinking about what am I going to say when I talk about it, and then the second time taking notes about it. And that's really how we operate with all these sorts of things now, and that's how I do rewinds now too. I watch movies usually twice, and so it's just time consuming. It just takes longer to do everything. So anyway, since we're doing those things now, and people seem to like that we keep up with current things like that, it makes it to where other things like Pop Culture Yearbook, which I'd like to bring back, things like Counting Crypto Freaks and stuff like that, it makes it harder to do those regularly, and so that's a lot of the reason that sometimes things that you really would like to see don't come up all the time, just because, yeah, we have all these different shows we produce, but I'm in all of them, and so it takes time to make them. But anyway, speaking of Counting Crypto Freaks, that is going to come back weekly, because I'm only in the middle of season 2, and I don't want it to take, 12 years to finish that show. So, that'll be back next year as well, and I'm going to get as much of that done as possible within the next couple of years. Anyway, if you have any questions about anything in this video, please send me a personal message on Geekvolution. If you leave a comment, I may see it, I may not, with the new crazy comment system. Sometimes I don't see everything, and it makes it a little bit harder to communicate with people. And, Geekvolution is all about being a community, not just you folks watching me saying stuff to you, but us having a dialogue and being, a community all together. So anyway, if you need a direct response from me about anything, send me a personal message on Geekvolution, and just be patient with me if it takes a couple days to get back to you. Anyway, thanks as always for watching, and really appreciate everybody. We have grown by leaps and bounds this year. I want to say thank you so much to all of our brand new subscribers for jumping in with us and for joining us, and I really hope that you're enjoying our content. But yeah, I have been overwhelmed, especially this year, at the like I said, the growth, you know, how big we're getting, and how much people seem to enjoy our content. So anyway, thanks everybody for all that you do for us. We really appreciate your commenting, especially with YouTube's new crazy comment system. People people seem to be like, well, this sucks, but I'm still gonna figure out how to make a comment. It's incredibly flattering, it's incredibly humbling that people have stuck with us as long as they have. To our longtime subscribers, people that have been with us for 4 years or more, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you folks making this a viable thing for me to do full-time. My goodness, I love doing this. And I know sometimes it probably seems like I'm really overextended, and I'm burnout, and I don't want to do this anymore. I just want everybody to know that I work this hard and I put out this much stuff because people are watching it, and because you guys are so appreciative, and I love doing it. We've been at this, we're coming into our 5th year, and I see no signs of this stopping anytime soon. Like I said, you guys have made it possible for me to do this full time, and I can't tell you how much that means to me. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and also I should also mention more events next year. Lots more events next year. Vince is everybody wish Vince luck, because he is going to school for physical therapy, and he's taking his boards next year. He's almost done. He's getting closer and closer. He's about to start doing all of his practical stuff. And so, anyway, everybody wish Vince a big good luck, because at the end of the summer next year, he's going to be finished with all of this. He's going to have his certification and everything, and I'm hoping to see him get a good long-lasting career in the field that he's working on. So like I said, after that happens, he's going to have a little bit more free time. We'll probably see him a whole lot more on the channel. But anyway, thanks as always for watching. I'm Captain Logan, and I'll see you again later today with a new episode of Arrow Discussions. And then, as always, on Thursday night, Dan Torrey and I will see you at 7 p.m. Central Time, if you so choose to attend, for the live show, giving you new comic reviews, and we'll be giving away more digital comics. So come check it out. I'm Captain Logan. See you later.